it make you smile. It's always can give you curses. We gonna put you up from head to head, and we've called it Whiskey Versus.
Well, good afternoon, fans of Whiskey Words and Wisecracks. Welcome to another exciting edition of Whiskey Versus. And what we have here is I decided I wanted to take 4 of my favorite bottles that had some similarities to them. We always want to compare similar bottles. We're going to do a little tournament, bracket them off here, and decide which one of these 4 is my favorite. And these really are 4 of my all-time favorite bottles in that between 90 and 100 proof range. So with that said, let's show you the 4 contenders, and I'll show you which 2 are going to go head-to-head today for us. So bottle number 1 is an Elijah Craig store pick I got from here in Bardstown. I'll put that over here. Bottle number 2 is going to be Weller12. Again, we got some good common ground there, similar proofs and similar ages. Bottle 3 is going to be the Knob Creek 12 year. That's 100 proof, so a little higher in the proof, but I feel like enough in the same ballpark where we can have a fun comparison with them. And number 3 is Rebel 10 year. So we have 2 bourbons that are wheated. We have 2 bourbons with a secondary grain as rye. So I decided, I talked to some people I know that are into whiskey. We just kind of put the 4 bottles back and forth in our minds and decided the pairings are going to be these 2 in the first round, these 2 in the first round. So today we're going to start off with this battle right here. I'll go ahead and take these down right now. Weller12, we all know a lot about that. We know it shares a mash bill with Pappy Van Winkle. And it actually has, the barrels, some are chosen to be Pappy, some are chosen to be Weller12, but they're actually really all the same barrel. It's just which ones are chosen for Pappy, which ones are chosen for Weller. So you can get a lot of people that can't find Pappy like to look to this as an alternative. It has become very, very hard to find. I'm lucky enough to be in the know of someone that is in the know of someone that was able to get me this bottle at retail. So excellent. I thank them very much, and I have thanked them profusely since. One I always wanted in my collection, so very excited to have it. And we'll see how it fares against, this is an Elijah Craig single barrel that's a little over 12 years old. This is from Keystone Liquors here in Bardstown. This one comes from Heaven Hill Distillery and is at 94 proof. So we got a 90 proof wheater against a 90 proof with rye as a secondary grain. So I'm going to try to put all biases, all thoughts I have aside on these 2 and just really do a genuine tasting and just figure out which one I like best today. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and pour them in these pre-marked glasses here. This one is marked EC for Elijah Craig, so I'll go ahead and pour myself a little bit of the Elijah Craig in there. There we go. That's the exciting part of the video, watching the pours go down, I know. And this one is marked W for Weller. So, real original with that. Right, let's go ahead and pour that Weller up here. Try to pour them to a similar level. All right, beautiful. Yeah, a little more of the Weller there. Even them up a little bit there so I can't tell any difference. I don't want to cheat myself on this or our audience either, because I want this to be a genuine, which one I happen to enjoy better right here, right now. Let's go ahead and mix them up here. I don't know why I'm doing music, but go ahead and mix them up here. Switch my hands a little bit, and I already have. I'm not very bright, so I already don't know which one is which, to be honest with you. A lot of nice smells going on in front of me, I can tell you that, as they're kind of intermingling here. So we'll go ahead and mix them up there. All right, I'm going to call this one glass A. I'm going to call this one glass B. So I'm going to go ahead and get a nose on glass A, see what we get here. So a nice sharp cherry on this one. Not a little bit of like a candied cherry, not like a real natural out in the wild cherry, so to speak, but like a sharp candied, almost like a cough drop cherry coming off of this one. Not a lot of proof, as we know. These are 90 and 94 proof, so we're not getting a lot of proof off of either one of them. A little bit of vanilla, a little bit of oak on here. There it is. I got a little more oak on that sip. Just everything blends together really nice on this one. There's the cherry, which kind of popped at first, and now it's kind of blending in with some oaks and vanillas. Let's go into glass B over here. Actually, pretty similar on the nose. It's starting out with cherry again, and it's again the same kind of cherry, kind of that Luden's cough drop kind of candied cherry. This one is, but gosh, these are both very, very similar on the nose. This is going to be a tough one, I can tell you right now. It's really coming through very similar, and it's getting that, as I smell it now, this one has a little bit more cinnamon to it. It has a little bit of cinnamon on there. It has a little vanilla, this one may be a little more oak forward than this one on the nose. Let's give this one another smell here. All right. That said, this one I think is a little more balanced. We're going to give the nose to glass A over here. So nose goes to glass A. All right. Let's go in for a taste. We'll go ahead and taste glass A. Give it another nose real quick on the way. Oh, wow. Absolutely delicious. The same flavors they really are carrying over. It's just a nice oak on the back end here, a nice warm finish here. Really just, it's a very well balanced oak, vanilla, cherry. You do get a little bit of spice at the end, but it could be either one. It's not an overwhelming spice. It's got a nice finish going on here. Just, this is a very, very nice bottle. This is, as I talk and exhale, I'm getting some nice oak on it as well, which I love that oak and vanilla. Very, very, you taste that aged real nicely on whichever 12-year-old this is. Some nice, again, the nice cherry, the oak, vanilla. It's just very easy drinking, very inviting, and delicious. Fantastic bottle. Let me go in on glass B here. Look at something here. Glass B actually looks a tiny bit more viscous, actually. Just even visually, it looks a little bit more viscous here. Going on the nose here. Has a little more pop on this one, a little bit more of a flavor pop, and again, very similar flavors. It's a little more oaky. It's a little more wood, a little more oak, a little more oak carrying out throughout the sip on this one. Got the cherries again. It's got the vanilla, and again, it's very well balanced as well. Just gosh, they're just two beautiful whiskeys and two of my favorites. So, I mean, you're not going to go wrong with either one of these. And I'm going to encourage you right now, if you see either one of them, to get them. And if you see an older Elijah Craig single barrel, you can't go wrong with it. I mean, they're under $40. I think this one was a little on the high side. This one was $39 actually at the store. And you can find them for as low. I've seen them for as low as $30. So, but I just saw that age statement on there, and Keystone Liquors, and it was barreled on 10/8 of 2007. So that's that one's got some age to her. So let's have another sip of this one. I'll decide which one I like better. Okay. This one, the cherry is a little more pronounced. This one might be a little more balanced on the sip. This one carries a little more oak throughout, though. And it's kind of finishing nice. Has a little more oak to the finish. Maybe a little softer on the spice on this one. My goodness, on the... decide which one here on the palate. They're so close. Let me give them one more sip here. Oh, wow. This is hard. Okay, the nose went here. The palate's going to go slightly to glass B. So we got a total tie right now, glass A and glass B. Of these two, again, fantastic bottles. And the winner's going to take on one of the other two bottles we showed you from the beginning. So let's go on to finish. And I've already kind of have a way I'm leaning toward that, but let's go in and see if anything changes with that. Nice. This one's a little warmer on the finish than the other one. It's got a little more. Yeah, it's just a little bit warmer going down. Neither one of them is a heavy hitter at these proofs, but it's a little warmer going down. All right, it's got a hint more spice, and I love this as I'm talking, as I'm exhaling. I got this this oak is kicking up for me that is just wonderful. So let's go with the finish over here. The finish on this one is just, it's really, really smooth. It's very nice. A little less warming, definitely a little less spice on this one to me. I am going to give the finish to Glass A, and that will give Glass A the win in a very close, again, excellent bourbon battle here, whiskey versus. And we're going to see who the winner is right now. The winner is going to be the Elijah Craig by a nose. So this goes and tells you what I told you before, that if you get a hold of a good Elijah Craig single barrel, pick it up, especially in this 12-year neighborhood. Now, in my confessions, I do have an 11-year-old that is not quite as good as this 12-year-old, but it's definitely worth a chance at under $40. And if you find a good barrel like this one, I mean, you can head-to-head, you can beat out some Weller12. So, and I did as I tasted them, I kind of did figure out which was which. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sure those of you in the know, based on my comments, kind of figured out which was which as well. This is Kyle for Whiskey Words and Wisecracks. Look forward to round 2, which is going to be Rebel 10-year versus Knob Creek 12-year. So we all look forward to that matchup, I hope. We got a couple 100-proofers here. The winner is going to take on Elijah Craig 12-year. And we'll see you next time on Whiskey Words and Wisecracks. Whiskey versus. Have a good week.